Hello and a very warm welcome to LWS. I'm Zero 2 and today's topic for discussion is making of Indian Constitution. इससे पहले I've covered the preamble with you which sets out the basic guidelines on which the constitution is to be interpreted and it has to run, right? So जो हमारे इंडियन डेमोक्रेसी के इथोस हैं, प्रिंसिपल्स हैं, दे आर ऑल आउटलाइंड इन द प्रियम्बल. वो एट लेंथ हमने उस लेक्चर में डिस्कस किया था. नाउ आई एम गोइंग टू टेक अप मेकिंग ऑफ इंडियन कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन. इंडियन कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन, हाउ डिड इट कम इनटू बीइंग, राइट? बट बिफोर मूविंग टू दैट, लेट अस कम टू द प्रेजेंट सिनेरियो. दैट इज, हम सब जानते हैं दैट इंडिया इज अ डेमोक्रेसी. ठीक है, वी आर अ डेमोक्रेटिक गवर्नमेंट where our government is elected by the people, right? So we elect the government to the state and to the center. दोनों stages पे या दोनों levels पे elected representatives जाते हैं. So Indian democracy, that is why India is a democracy. अब Indian democracy के there are three wings. There are three wings of Indian democracy, right? And these are the judiciary, the legislature and the executive. आपको ये याद रखना है, and whenever you study polity, that polity actually defines the mechanisms. It defines the mechanisms to achieve the objectives of Indian democracy. To achieve the objectives of Indian democracy, Indian democratic setup के which has been outlined in our constitution, उसके जो objectives हैं उसको achieve करने के different mechanisms जो हैं, that is what we study in Indian polity, right? So first thing that you should know, that is Indian democracy जो है उसके तीन wings हैं. First is the judiciary, second is the legislature and third is the executive. अब जुडिशरी में क्या जाता है? ऑल द जजेस, but of course it is also the advocates and all, but all the judges of all the courts of the land, for example the session courts हो गए, high courts हो गए, then we also have the supreme court. इन सभी courts में जितने judges हैं, they all comprise the judiciary. अब इसका function क्या होता है? They are responsible for delivering justice. They are responsible for dispensation of justice in the country. They are responsible for interpretation of law. Interpretation of law. So the primary function of judiciary is to interpret the law. So this word here is important. Next comes the legislature. Legislature is comprised of all the government. The governments at the state level and the central government. That is the governing body, the legislative authorities of the country. They are responsible for, now ये जो government bodies हैं both at the center and the states, right? And they are responsible for formation of law. Law का frame करना, framing the law is the duty of the legislature, and they are also responsible for representing the will of the people. Why representing the will of the people? Because India is a democracy. तो ये जितने भी यहाँ पर representatives जाते हैं, they are the representatives of people who are elected to form the government via elections, which are held democratically in our country, right? So they are supposed to frame the law and they are also supposed to represent the will of the people. So the word that is important is framing of law. Coming to the executive, they are basically the government officers, right? They're basically the government officers who are responsible to carry out the orders of the judiciary and the legislature. So they are basically responsible for enforcement of law. So enforcement law को कैसे enforce करना है in the territory of India? That is the duty of the executive wing of our democracy. So this is very important. You should know that there are three wings of the democracy. अब इन wings को कैसे run करना है, how to run these wings, the functions or mechanisms of these wings, mechanisms of operations of these wings, their sorry, their interconnectedness, their mechanisms of operations, ठीक है, इनके आपस में क्या relations होंगे, how will they operate. All these things are defined in the Constitution of India. Apart from that, it also defines the law which will govern the land. They are the laws which will govern the land. They are also mentioned in the Constitution. Then aims and objectives of the people of India are also mentioned in the Constitution. Apart from that, the fundamental rights and duties. Fundamental rights and duties of all the citizens of India are also mentioned in the Constitution of our country. So Constitution is a very important document. It is a sacred document which embodies the basic outline of how the country will operate. Apart from that, there are some other provisions for, you could say, the elections. Then we also have the provisions about the tribal areas, and we also have the provisions about, you know, emergencies, if it has to be declared, wo kaise declare hoga. Then we also have the provisions of how to carry out the amendments, right, which will happen in the Constitution. So all these things are defined in the Constitution itself, which is why the document is highly important. All the laws that will govern the citizens of India, that will govern the territory of India, are again mentioned in the Constitution. So how did this Constitution come into being? इसको कैसे बनाया गया था? What is the making of the Constitution? That is what I'm going to. Now making of Indian Constitution पे अभी हम आएंगे, and इसके बारे में I'm going to tell you a few facts and events, a series of events which you should know, and बहुत सी ऐसी बातें होंगी जिनके बारे में आप बहुत आमतौर पे नहीं पढ़ते हैं, and mostly I have seen जो discussions होती हैं इस topic के बारे में, they're centered around various committees or various facts which are very important and which I will be providing you separately. But here in this video I'm going to give you some facts and some events which I feel are important and which are not really present everywhere. Okay, so we've all seen that Constitution is a legal sanctity, and it's a document that represents the faith and aspirations of people of India. It is the law, it is the central law of India. It presents the central law of India. अब अगर हम मेकिंग ऑफ द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन पे आते हैं, राइट, तो कुछ डेट्स हैं, कुछ फैक्ट्स हैं which I will be outlining here, and you should make a note of it. Okay, so you have to know that it was on 9th of December. It was on 9th of December 1946. 9th of December 1946 that the Constituent Assembly, Constituent Assembly had first met. This had first met. इसकी first meeting कब हुई थी? 9th of December 1946 को at the, कहाँ पे? Constitution Hall. At the Constitution Hall. Right? ये hall क्या है? That is the Central Hall of our old Parliament. जो हमारी पुरानी पार्लियामेंट की बिल्डिंग थी, उसमें जो सेंट्रल हॉल था उसी को कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन हॉल कहा गया है, एंड कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंट असेंबली की फर्स्ट मीटिंग यहीं पे हुई थी. ठीक है, on 9th of December 1946. Now this meeting is very important and it was attended by 207 representatives. 207 representatives or members of the Constituent Assembly had attended this inaugural session or meeting, of which 9 were women members. Of which 9 were women members. So the inaugural session that happened, that started at around 11 a.m. and इसमें first there was introduction that was given by Dr. Sachidananda Nanda Sinha. He was the temporary chairman. And then इस मीटिंग में हुआ था nomination for deputy chairman. Nomination हुआ था for the deputy chairman, and all the members, they were also requested to present their credentials in the meeting. They were asked to sign and they were asked to present their credentials in this inaugural session itself, right? So this was the first meeting that took place, right? Another important fact which you should know is that this हमारी जो constitution है, it is a historic document. It is one of the longest constitutions. It is the longest constitution of the world. हम आगे चल के पढ़ेंगे और in the salient features of the constitution in one of my upcoming videos. So the Indian Constitution को जब prepare किया गया था by the Constituent Assembly, it took almost 3 years. It took almost 3 years for the Constituent Assembly to prepare this historic document, the Indian Constitution for free India, right? For independent India. इसको prepare करने के लिए 3 साल लग गए थे. And to be more precise, it was 2 years, 11 months and 17 days. Precisely इतना वक्त लगा था to prepare the Constitution of India. किसको? Constituent Assembly को, right? And ये टाइम अगर हम in terms of days देखें, इन्होंने 165 days लगाए थे इस डॉक्यूमेंट को प्रिपेयर करने के लिए, spread across this time period. And 165 days में से a large number of days, that is 114 days, was spent on the consideration of the draft constitution. कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन को ड्राफ्ट कैसे करना है, उसके ऊपर जो डेलिब्रेशंस हुई, उसके ऊपर जो चर्चाएं हुई, उसके ऊपर जो कंसिडरेशंस हुई, उसमें a considerable portion of this time was spent. So now you can understand how much intensity, how much gravity and कितना ज़्यादा effort the Constituent Assembly put into drafting our constitution, right? So that is one thing that you should take care of. अब अगर हम इसकी composition के बारे में बात करते हैं of the Constituent Assembly, right? Make sure you know these facts and you are taking notes of these facts. ये बहुत ज़रूरी होते हैं, छोटे छोटे से points हैं and you would not find them everywhere, okay? So जो इसकी composition की जब हम बात करते हैं तो इसमें indirect elections happened in the provincial legislative assemblies and then members were chosen. So indirect elections say 292 members were chosen from provincial legislative assemblies. 292 members were chosen from provincial legislative assemblies, right? 93 members, they represented the Indian princely states. 93 members represented the Indian princely states, and 4 members represented the chief commissioners provinces. Chief commissioners provinces. 4 members represented the chief commissioners provinces. So you need to understand 292 members they were from provincial legislative assemblies which came via indirect elections. और ये indirect elections की scheme दी थी cabinet mission ने, ठीक है. And 93 members they came, they represented the Indian princely states, and 4 members they were from the chief commissioners provinces. So that makes a total of 389. 389 members थे हमारे कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंट असेंबली में ओरिजिनली. बट क्या हुआ, लॉर्ड माउंटबेटन ने ऑन 4th of June 1947 को माउंटबेटन प्लान के तहत पार्टीशन ऑफ इंडिया का जो प्लान दिया था, a separate constituent assembly was formed for Pakistan also. So that way जब तो separate constituent assembly बनी तो कुछ members हमारी constituent assembly से उस constituent assembly में allocate हुए या चले गए. So that means हमारा ये जो number था that fell down to 299. Okay, it fell down to 299. So that you need to know. So on 14th of August in 1947, ठीक है, 14th of August 1947, in late evening the Constituent Assembly again met at the Constitution Hall, and at the stroke of midnight, our Constituent Assembly took over the legislative authority of independent India. That is at the stroke of midnight on 14th of August 1947. That is 15th of August itself, right? आपको पता होगा कि उस वक्त हमें एक डोमिनियन स्टेटस दिया गया था. We did not get complete independence at that time. India was given a dominion status, which means उस वक्त we were not completely independent. We still had the Governor General. Lord Mountbatten was appointed as the Governor General, and Prince George VI was still the head of state of India. ठीक है, ये तब तक रहा जब तक हमने अपनी कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन प्रॉपर मतलब फ्रेम नहीं कर ली थी. till our constitution came into force. That is exactly when we got complete independence. ठीक है, so this fact you should know. Now it was on 29th of August, when 29th August 1947, that a drafting committee was formed. A drafting committee was formed for the making of our constitution, right? Now this committee was headed by Dr. Ambedkar. This was headed by Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. He was the head of this drafting committee, and he's also known as the father of Indian Constitution. We all know that. इससे related जितने भी और भी ancillary committees थी, उनके बारे में whatever information is required, I'll give it in a separate video itself, right? So these are the some of the facts. Finally, on 26th November 1949, right? Our constitution was adopted. 26th November 1949, our constitution was adopted, but it was in January, that is on 24th January 1950, that 284 members of the Constituent Assembly they formally signed our constitution. कितने लोग ने की थी? 284 members they put their signatures formally on the constitution, and our constitution was finally enforced, or it came into force on 26th of January 1950. कहा जाता है 24 जनवरी को जब 284 members ने अपने signatures किए थे on the document of the constitution, it was raining outside, light सी drizzle हो रही थी, and India में इसको एक बहुत ही अच्छा omen भी माना जाता है. So that is another fact, एक off hand fact है which you should know. So finally it was on 26th of January 1950 when India actually became a republic, and our constitution came into force, and we finally were completely free from the British domination completely, right? So that these are the facts around the constitution which you should know. And apart from that there were other committees also that were formed. वो सारी जो 11 से हाँ एक आपको और चीज ध्यान रखनी है, इस पीरियड में 165 डेज मिले, 114 दिन डेलिब्रेशन हुई और 11 सेशंस कंडक्ट हुए थे. ठीक है, ये एक और फैक्ट है विच यू शुड नो. 11 सेशंस कंडक्ट हुए थे of this constituent assembly to frame or to draft our constitution. ठीक है. So now on 26th January 1950, Constituent Assembly it ceased to exist. It ceased to exist. That means it no longer existed and it transformed itself into a provisional parliament. क्योंकि हमारी जो फाइनल पार्लियामेंट थी दैट एक्चुअली केम इनटू फोर्स इन 1952. सो कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंट असेंबली डिसॉल्व हो गई, इट सीज टू एग्जिस्ट एंड इसने अपने आप को ट्रांसफॉर्म कर लिया इनटू अ प्रोविजनल पार्लियामेंट. राइट, सो दीज आर सम ऑफ द फैक्ट्स which you should know about the constitution, and these are small basic but they are important and they are interesting also. Knowledge of these also makes you feel good, makes you feel proud as an Indian, and they are also important from the point of view of your examination, specifically the papers, right? So with this I bring this discussion to a close and I request everyone to please like the video, subscribe to the channel and also hit on the bell icon so that as in when I upload the new video you are notified. Thank you so much for watching.